believe it or not, despite some of the temperatures on that forecast, we've made it to the end of summer, getting into mid-September now. And while the summer crops are winding down, the summer weeds still seem to be in full force. Those carefully manicured beds are a jungle of grasses and other weeds, none of which you've planted yourself, and all of them have basically taken over. This simply won't do if you want to get ready for the fall planting season. Luckily, though, there's an easy, chemical-free way to take care of it.
The weeds, they've long been out of control, doing their best to take up every last inch of plantable real estate.
So this one's nutgrass. This is a very persistent weed. Once you pull this, it creates about 3 to 5 copies of itself. So pulling this is completely futile. This one is Bermuda grass.
The initial reaction may be a blast of weed control, but as we've talked about before, that's not really the healthiest or even the cheapest option.
So that's the nice thing. You're not going to have a lasting effect where you're like, well, how long is this Roundup or 2,4-D going to have an effect in my soil? You don't have that question.
Rest assured, though, there is a very handy trick to weed suppressant.
Recycled cardboard. A lot of us have cardboard laying around.
And converting cardboard into an effective weed control tool is as easy as just throwing it down.
So we're going to use some cardboard to suppress these weeds. I'm not even going to pull this stuff up because this is going to have a really nice effect.
Be sure not to squish the plants that you do want growing, and then simply find some mulch to throw down to cover it up.
Simply take some pine needles and leaves that I raked up last fall. I put them to the side for times like this. Put that on top so that no one knows I'm using cardboard throughout my landscape. Makes it look normal.
Then, when you're ready to plant, you just cut through it and add your plants. Makes it a little bit easier to use than landscaping fabric, and something that will break down naturally in the soil while keeping those weeds at bay.
I like to do it twice a year. Whenever I'm doing my fall cleanup, and then whenever I'm doing my spring cleanup.
So as you look out over that tangle of weeds, know that the fix to the problem is right there in your recycle bin. In Lafayette, I'm Daniel Phillips, KATC TV3.
I actually went out yesterday and started to cardboard my yard because my weeds have taken over, which was the inspiration for that story, looking out in my own backyard thinking, I got to do something about this.
I guess the cardboard probably breaks down easier than some of the commercial stuff that they sell at the stores to lay down, right?
Yeah, and that was one of the big things too. It breaks down into your soil. It helps keep your soil a little bit healthier than adding a lot of the chemical weed killers would, which kind of gets in there and kills everything. So it's a good, easy, cheaper way actually as well, because we all have cardboard laying around to keep all the weeds under control.
Too bad that cardboard can't kill mosquitoes, because this next story we have here is terrifying.